Welcome to Relationship Coaching Group Podcast. Whether this is your first visit or you've been following us, don't forget to download this podcast to reference later, because here we keep it real with scenarios, tips, and suggestions. Everything relationship centered. Hello, I'm Roxanne, your relationship coach and host, along with my co-host, the professor. Together, we've been coaching couples and singles for over 20 years, and we're here to work with you. So get ready for today's podcast, because we're going to be talking about bridging the communication gap. But before we start, I want to welcome the professor. Hello, Professor.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm doing fabulously well, thank you.
Well, great. Well, I want to just take a minute, if you don't mind, to thank all the amazing people that came out and supported us for our meet and greet.
Yes.
That was a lovely turnout.
Oh,
we got to meet some great people, and that was fun. So thank you to them. We were in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur at the time, and we had a meet and greet. And if you want to join us on our next meet and greet, we will be in Da Nang, Vietnam. And so, as you know, we are actually traveling and touring around and meeting people. And so we want to just thank all those that came out and supported us.
Lovely.
That was awesome. And
we love to see your faces.
Yeah, we love to see you and meet you. Now, we want to apologize if we're a little echoey, because we are in a studio meeting workspace, and it's a little echoey in here. So, and if there's any background noise, we apologize. But anyway, this is a really good title.
Yes. And
Bridging the gap.
Yes.
Yeah.
The communication. Yes. It's
that's the number one failure.
And we get so many couples, singles, even trying to learn how to communicate better.
Yeah.
You know, it might maybe because of upbringing, that there was a lot of yelling in the house, and they don't really communicate well because they've taken these traits into a relationship.
Absolutely. That is definitely when you grow up in a home where there's yelling and there's talking, parents are talking to each other with such disdain, that is then imprinted on the children, and then that continues that cycle.
Yeah. And
for the next generation, that is continued on, and relationships suffer.
Right. And you have adults who grew up in a home where there was no communication. Mm-hmm. And they get in a relationship, and when they're confronted, they clam up.
Yes.
And that's an issue too, because the voice is not heard.
Yes.
So we're going to be giving tips,
mm-hmm.
and we're going to be giving tips and pointers on communicating like grown folks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, kick us off, my darling.
Okay, first, there has to be active listening. And by that, I mean, you have to hear your partner out. You can't cut them off. You can't walk away. There has to be active listening to your partner if your partner is coming with you with some concerns or issues, right?
So if I put it in a nutshell, put your listening ears on.
Yes. And yes.
My mother used to say to me, okay, and we need to have a chat. Come on, put your listening ears on.
That's it.
So put your listening ears on.
Yes.
And listen with intent, with purpose.
Yes. And again, and also acknowledge what your partner is saying. And you can make gestures like nod. Without interrupting, you can just nod or say, I understand, and let them continue, but just to acknowledge what your partner is saying. And hopefully they're saying it in a nice way. We're going to be getting on both sides, actually. So, and also we're talking about listening, listen to understand.
A lot of people don't. This is one of the things in a relationship when people are trying to communicate to each other. They're so busy trying to get their point across, and the other person is not listening, and they're talking over them instead of there needs to be basic ground rules for a conversation.
Right.
And if you implement that in the beginning of a relationship, I don't know if you remember a little while back, we had a group and we used a ball.
Right.
Remember that?
Oh, yes.
And the person who had the ball is the person that can talk.
Right.
And we had a 3-minute opportunity to talk.
Right.
Then the next person had the ball, 3-minute opportunity to talk.
And no one could interrupt.
And having simple things like that where, you give a person and say, all right, we're going to talk about this, and talk about it in a calm manner.
Right.
That means you're not yelling, because the moment you raise your voice, that's it. The other person is going to raise their voice. And then the next time you're going to raise your voice, and the voices just keep getting louder and louder and louder till it then turns into disrespect. Then it calls name calling.
Right.
And then it can explode into the physical.
Yeah. And there's no understanding. So listen to understand.
Absolutely.
Sometimes when couples are trying to talk, one partner that's trying to talk to the other, and the other partner is so anxious to get their point across.
Yes.
They're not hearing them.
Right.
They're not understanding what they're saying. They're just ready to just dive in.
Pick the time
Yeah.
to have a conversation.
Yes.
If something happened and you're upset about it, you don't pick the moment when the person made you upset. Take time to calm down and then have a conversation.
Right.
I'll give you a perfect example. Man comes home from work, walks through the door, and she's at it.
Wow.
You didn't do this. You didn't do that. You said you were going to get this. You didn't pick up that. That's an attack.
Right.
Now you've just attacked this guy and he responds because he's tired, he's exhausted, and then you came in with this attack.
Right. Yeah, that's not the time.
That's not the time and place.
To get your point across.
Pick the time, pick the place, and be prepared to talk with sense.
Again, communicating like grown folks.
Yes. Gotta be grown.
Right. And express your feelings rather than accusing. Kind of like what you just, I'm going to piggyback on what you just, the demonstration you just gave. You can't accuse a person or attack a person in an accusing manner and think that you're going to be heard.
Yes.
You have to use I statements rather than what you just said. You.
Yes.
Perfect timing. You can't say you didn't. Let's use your scenario. The husband's coming in, or the partner's coming in through the door, and then it's all you didn't pick up the groceries. You didn't. I asked you to pick up the kids. You didn't pick up the kids. No, you have to come and say, I feel unheard, or I feel you didn't hear me when I asked you to do such and such.
Right.
I feel hurt when you said such and such, or when you did such.
Absolutely.
It hurt me.
But pick the time to do it.
Oh, definitely. And stay on topic.
Yes. The moment this is, we see this so much. In sessions, we see a lot of going back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you have an issue, discuss the issue, but not there and then at the time. If the person didn't let's use trash. They didn't put the trash out.
Mm-hmm.
You asked them to put the trash out night after night, and then trash didn't get put out. You put the trash out yourself, and you keep asking me. And then you've asked me to put the trash out, and I didn't do it again, but then you snap off.
Right. You never take the trash out and
Right.
it goes into an attack mode rather
And
than
instead of saying to your partner, listen, I know you're tired. I need a little bit of help.
right.
Could you put the trash out in the evening? That would really help me a lot.
Right. And you see that, yes.
And that's an easier communication.
Yes.
And I know it's easy for us to sit here and say it. It really is. But it's harder to implement because your emotions take over.
Right, right. And that has to be controlled.
Yes.
Your emotions have to be controlled if
Keep
you
it in
want
check.
to be heard.
Yes.
And again, staying on topic.
Yes.
For instance, if this is something that happens frequently, let's say that the partner, whether it's the man or the woman, the partner knows the trash has to be taken out every Wednesday, and every Wednesday come, and it's been happening for months. And if you stay on topic and say, you start, well, I need help with the trash. It's Wednesday, it needs to go out, and I've asked you over and over, and then you start. Not only do you not take out the trash, but you don't pick up behind yourself.
Right.
You have clothes here and laundry day, and you're looking for a shirt. You didn't put it in the laundry bag. You never put your clothes up, and then on top of that, you leave your dishes. So you start going with all these issues. If you have one issue, stay on topic.
I call that the stockpile syndrome.
Oh, that's good.
I call that the stockpile syndrome.
Good.
That's where you stockpile.
Oh my God.
Stockpile syndrome.
That's
because when we get upset and we see that we're running out of ammunition, we go into the stockpile.
Oh dear.
And we start pulling stuff out.
Good.
No. And then when we feel like we're not winning the fight, then we go nuclear. And we start getting all the what about the time you were cheating on me, and what about this, and you start going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Wow.
And you start pulling out all the ammunition.
Right.
You're a stockpiler.
But yeah, if you have an issue, it needs to be addressed at that.
Address it. And once you've addressed it and you've talked about it and there's been a conclusion, put it away.
Right.
And if, let's say 2 days later, didn't put out the trash, just do a gentle reminder. Yeah, remember we had that talk about the trash?
Right, yeah. It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's trash day.
And make light of it. Sometimes if you make light of it and say, oh, I've got the trash, hon. It's so heavy. I got it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And have fun with it. We don't always have to go on an attack.
That's true. That's good. That's a good point.
We don't always have to make it a battle.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be warfare.
Right.
There's enough of that going on.
Oh, yes.
We don't need to live. It's already happening around us, but we don't need to live it in our homes or in our heart.
Right. Yeah. That's good.
Your home should be a place of peace.
Yeah.
A place of encouragement, a place of love.
And laughter, like you just, the point you just made.
If you're not laughing.
And I'm sure if whoever's duty it was to take out the trash and the other one did something like that, I'm sure they would jump out of their seats. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
I got it, honey. I got it.
Yeah.
And that's a good way. And the point too that kind of counters or complements what you're saying. Speak softly.
Yeah.
Not only make light of stuff, which you can, and it's very healthy to have humor in your relationship. That's a whole topic too. But having humor in your relationship, but speaking softly.
Speaking softly, speaking with intent, but having compassion in your words. You can't come off harsh and hard all the time.
Right.
There's a time and place, but for general communication, be soft.
Right. For instance, let's use picking up the kids from daycare, and you want your partner to help, and on days that you have to work late or what have you, and it doesn't happen, or it hasn't been happening enough. And then you go out and saying, I've asked you, and your voice is raised. I've asked you time and time, I can't do it by myself. And you never help me. It's again, the you attack. You
Right.
never help me. I'm always the one doing this. You never help me. That won't work in a relationship. Again, speaking softly, making light. Maybe your partner forgot to pick up the kids,
Right.
and you call the daycare, or the daycare, your kids are still here.
Come and get your kids.
Come get your kids.
I don't want them.
And then you can call your partner if you're still at work and say, honey, they're gonna take out children and pawn them off if you don't go get some. Again,
I will tell you, and it's not just the kids. I don't know if you remember, I told you this story a couple of months back. Husband and wife went to Walmart. She checked out, and he's looking around in the tech section. She checks out and goes home. She forgot about her husband.
Oh, oh my goodness.
That tickled me.
But
they laughed about it.
Yes.
They were not upset.
Yeah.
They laughed about it.
Right. And to prevent an argument, you don't blame.
Yeah.
But, there's no blaming. Again, it's about speaking softly, and tackling an issue in a grown-up way.
Right. You know why relationships that are 25, 30, 40 years, 50 years is, as they've grown, they've learned to communicate.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and because people don't understand how big a part that plays in any relationship.
Talking.
Yes.
I always tell people, if you look at a good relationship, I would say a good 60 to 70% of it is they laugh more together than they argue.
Yes, that holds a relationship like glue. Yeah. Laughter.
Because when you can laugh together,
yes,
and
make each other laugh,
right? Even in your darkest times, when things are down, there's not enough money, there's not food, and you can laugh together,
and find a solution together.
Yeah.
And here's another point: if emotions get too high, say for instance you start a conversation, and it's going out of hand, it's getting out of hand. Stop. Just stop. You have to just take time and listen. Let's visit this another time. I see we're not getting anywhere.
Right.
So let's just come back when we're both calm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then you have to validate your partner's feelings, even when you disagree with them. Again, using a scenario that we can go by let's say the kids. If the partner said, look, I work late and I just need some help from you. And say, for instance, your partner may have a very stressful job as well, but you have to understand each other. You just have to understand each other's point of view and come to a civil agreement.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if there is tension on one side, the other person should learn not to react.
Right.
Because that person let's say they've had a crappy day at work.
Right.
They come in high strung and you say something, not mean or anything, you're just talking and it just sets them off. Something triggers them off. The boss was yelling at them or whatever. But if you react to that, then now it escalates.
Right.
That's where you need to just say to yourself, it's okay. He's had a bad day. I'm going to let him unwind.
Right. There has to be a compromise.
Exactly. It doesn't need to, you have to learn to look. If you're not in tune with your partner, then something's wrong.
Right.
You two should be, as the time goes on, this is a time thing. Now.
Sure.
This is where you've been together a while and you start learning and knowing how each other reacts, what are their good and their bad things, and what their telltale signs. When we're out, we've talked about this, when we're out and about, we love to people watch. Because it also helps us.
Right.
And watching people when you're out also should help you in your relationship, because you should be looking at people going, yeah, I don't want to be that.
Right.
Or look at that couple, look at them laughing and talking.
Yes.
You know, I want to be that.
Right.
And so always never take your relationship for granted. Communicate.
Yes.
You know, when you're looking for a location for your business, location.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking to have a successful relationship, it should be communication.
Right. I like that. And if you're wrong, admit it.
Well, that's a tough one.
Yeah. You know, again, we'll use the daycare scenario. I'm always the one picking up the kids. I need help. You're right. I will help you. I will get off work on time, because I know your work requires you to work late, or maybe you have your shift requires you to work. I will step up and I will help you. I will do it. So you have to be willing to admit when you're wrong.
There's nothing wrong with saying you're wrong.
Right.
Nothing.
That's good. Yeah.
Because when a man or a woman, and I'm going to speak from a man's perspective, when a man can admit he's wrong, he has just not elevated his status.
Yes. Because
it doesn't mean he's a simp.
Right.
It doesn't mean he's a punk. It doesn't mean he ain't a man. No. A real man knows when to apologize.
Yes.
And I'll give you a perfect example. The other day, a good friend of mine, we're having a conversation. I said something to him, and it was a little off, but I didn't think it was off.
Mm-hmm.
And he called me later and he said, I just want to let you know that, you know, we had a conversation and what you said, you know, was a little off for me. And I apologized. And
like a real man.
I apologized to him. So I was like, dude, I am so sorry. I didn't realize I said it like that. I guess my tone was off. And I apologized. Next day, I went to his job. I brought him lunch and gave him a big hug. There's nothing wrong with apologizing, because when you can step forward and acknowledge, right, I made a mistake.
Your shortcomings, that's huge.
We all have shortcomings. And admitting that you have some shortcomings, when you admit it to you out loud, it lets people know you're not perfect. Right. It lets people know that you are working on yourself because you acknowledge it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
And look, when you're having a conversation, it should be person to person.
Yes.
Not on the phone. Not you don't text. Wait till your partner come home, and then you discuss whatever. Look at each other.
Yes, and that's it.
Yes.
Can I just? I got to cut in here. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
This was yesterday's session. Well, I text him how I felt. When you text, there is no emotion. I don't care how many emoji faces you put, angry faces, does not express how you feel. Texting does not express.
No.
You know, I've actually told clients that if you have to use technology to express yourself, I've started off this where she will make a video. If she's upset about something, she'll make a video, what she's going to say, and then play it back and look at herself.
Wow.
Because when you're angry and you look back on that video yourself, this is what the person is going to say.
That's right. That's right.
So in the heat of the moment, get your phone out and you say it to the phone.
That's good.
And then you play it back and you look at yourself.
Wow.
Because when you do that, you're like,
wow,
damn, I'm scary.
Right.
You know? And when you see your emotions on high level, that makes you look at yourself and go,
maybe I need to tone it down.
Yeah, so maybe I need to bring it down a level. Right. And the other thing is, do not call each other out of your names.
No, that's a big no-no.
That is the worst thing. I've sat there and listened.
Yes.
You're a
Yes.
B, you're a this, you're a that.
Yes.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. The moment that you start calling each other out their name and you keep doing it weeks, months, years, you have literally eroded away the relationship.
Yes. And as you said, when it gets that heated, it could turn physical, and you do not want that.
Because the moment you start calling each other out their name, I watched in a gas station the other day, and it was on the news. It was a gas station, and the guy said something, the guy behind said something, the back and forth, and before you know it, he's calling the guy the, you know what? Next thing they're fighting.
Yeah, that's
because it escalates.
It does, and you don't want that in your relationship.
So do not call each other out. I don't care how much mad you are, but the moment you do that, you've lost.
Yes. Yes. And as you said, it erodes the relationship.
And when you do it for a long period of time, it becomes habit.
Yes.
And that toxifies the relationship, and it will never be the same.
And it toxifies the whole home. And it affects, if there's children in that home, it's going to affect them.
Absolutely.
So be careful with your communication. It's very important. And again, we say use eye-to-eye contact.
Yeah.
Not hand-to-hand contact.
Yeah. Neither one of you are ninjas. So
Right.
let's just keep eye-to-eye contact.
Right. And again, think about the whole, we're going to leave this with, think about the whole household and the children that are watching. So, and we love the babies. We love the babies.
Even if you don't have kids.
Right. Well, of course.
And there's an article that I read. Even if you don't have kids, they did a study with houseplants, talking angrily, talking nice. I'm sitting there going, wow, even houseplants reacted?
Yes, there was a study.
Right. So if you're talking bad in the home, it affects everything from your houseplants down to your cat,
any
dog,
living thing,
everything.
Any living thing, right?
Because it's a negative.
Yes.
Fill your home, your life with positive.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you've met someone or you're dating someone and it's a negative energy, it's not for you.
Right.
Move on. Close the door. That seems to be the I remember at the meeting group, we had the people like, close the door.
Yeah, yes. Oh goodness. So we're gonna leave you with this thought. Professor, thank you so much for your input. It's very meaningful. Very meaningful. So bridging the communication gap in a relationship isn't about winning arguments or proving a point. It's about understanding each other on a deeper level. When couples learn to slow down, truly listen, and express their thoughts with honesty and respect, they begin to replace frustration with connection. Every relationship will experience moments where communication breaks down, for sure. But what matters most is the willingness of both partners to come back to the conversation with openness, patience, and empathy. Strong communication isn't about being perfect. It's about, the word you used earlier, Professor, it's about being intentional. When couples focus on understanding rather than reacting, they create space for trust, emotional safety, and real connection to grow. And over time, that commitment to better communication can transform challenges into opportunities to strengthen the relationship.
Amen.
Yes.
Speak with love.
Yes. So, Professor, you have any last words?
These podcasts that we do, we hope they help you.
Yes.
It's not about us being famous or anything. We want to help people. And these podcasts are designed to put the seed in you to think about the things that you do in a relationship.
Yes.
And those seeds we plant in you, we hope that you'll continue to water them and for them to grow and for you to be successful in a relationship.
Yes.
But always speak with love, kindness, intention, because we want you to have the best relationship possible.
Yes, thank you, Professor. That's good. And if today's conversation resonated with you, remember that strong relationships don't just happen, they're built with awareness, communication, and the courage to grow together. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow the podcast so you don't miss future conversations about dating, relationships, emotional growth, and building deeper connection. And if you know someone who might benefit from today's topic, share this episode with them. And you can find us at relationshipcoachinggroup.com. And until next time, speak your needs clearly, listen without interrupting, and remember, you're not alone. And together, we got this.
We got you.